Hey guys, this is Argil here, and I deeply apologize right off the bat. It's been a little while since I posted a video. If you guys don't know, I was not feeling very well the last week or so, and I am now I'm trying to get caught up on commissions, so I just really haven't had all that much time or energy really, to make videos. I did have a few that I recorded a little while ago, and I meant to post them, but I was trying out a little different setup thing that didn't really work out all that well, and like, I'll probably end up posting them, or at least redoing them at some time in the future. One was actually talking about Etzel, and the other was talking about Euclid, and I think I might have made one other one, but I don't remember what it is now. You'll have to excuse me. Like I said, I'm still not feeling all that great. I'm feeling better than I was, but I'm still a little, you know, my voice doesn't sound very good either. But anyway, in this video, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing for the actual video portion. I might end up putting in pictures, or I might actually have the video. We'll see. I don't know. I'm having the worst trouble trying to find like a decent place to record that it doesn't have terrible video quality, and it's not working. So anyway, we'll see what we do with this video, but I'm definitely posting this one. Oh my god. So I just woke up and I am dying. Not really, but yeah, I just woke up and I just saw something and I was like, okay, I didn't get that previous video posted, but like, I have to make another video. Oh my god. So I should have Euclid in the video here, whether it's just pictures or whether it's an actual video. I should have Euclid here in the video, and this is going to be all about Euclid. I will probably make like just sort of a small updatey video, or just like I said, post those other videos in the future, but for now, this is all about Euclid. So yes, anyway, I know that I haven't really mentioned it too much aside from places like Den of Angels. I don't think I had posted anything about it on Flickr. I can't remember. But like I said, I had planned on making a video about this quite a while ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. No, it was probably like 2 weeks ago. I had made a video talking all about this, but like I said, I just didn't have the motivation to make that work. So anyway, this might seem like it comes out of nowhere, but this is something that I have been super hyped about ever since I first saw the teaser for it, and that I have wanted in this hobby for so long. Oh my god. So what I'm talking about is, of course, Fairyland's new fairy line. Their new event special Minifee sized doll that, of course, you guys have probably seen because it's amazing, my god. But yes, it is their mermaid / seahorse Minifee. Oh my god. Like I said, I don't think I had mentioned it previously, but it's something that's been in my mind forever, and I made that video a few weeks ago when it was first announced. But Euclid here, give you a little bit of backstory. I have wanted some kind of mer body for Euclid forever. Ever since I got into this hobby, that was always something that was sort of in the back of my mind. Not anything that I wanted to pursue like right away, mainly because, of course, Euclid is as a Minifee Luka. And, you know, prior to this, Fairyland didn't really have a lot of sort of fantasy dolls. So it was kind of like a pipe dream if they would ever make a Minifee mermaid in the future. I have actually looked into other types of mermaid bodies, or mer bodies, in the past. I know that Longsoul makes a MSD size one, which is super awesome. And I think there's another one that I'm forgetting as well. Oh, of course, Soom, but that's not a slim mini. So I've been looking at this periodically ever since I joined the hobby, and that was a few years ago, and there just wasn't really anything that was like, you know, jumping out at me as far as that. And it was always something that I kind of just pushed off to the side, like, if it happens someday, then that would be awesome, but it's a pipe dream of mine for now. That kind of mentality. But Fairyland has answered my long dolly dream. Oh my god, I'm like dying right now, you have no idea. Fairyland has answered my longtime dream of having a Minifee mermaid. Oh my god! I am just dying. You guys have no freaking idea! I have wanted this for Euclid for so long. Oh my god. And to give a little bit of context, I know that, I don't know if I've actually mentioned, I think I have in previous videos, but it's probably been a very long time. But to just give a little bit of context, my unicorn characters, while they have a sort of humanesque form, which you guys all know them for, like Faustus and Euclid and all of them, they also have a sort of what I call like an origin form, if you will. And it's sort of like the base form of their existence, if that makes sense. All of my unicorn characters, or at least most of them anyway, are inspired by like ancient myths and legends, specifically about, you know, single-horned beasts. Some of them are a little bit more extreme, but some of them are very simple. And they're inspired by a lot of like mythical creatures throughout history that have been wrote about, and sort of my own interpretation of them, and that they all have a sort of common ancestry in this one particular species. And a very long time ago, when the Earth was very different, my unicorn characters, the Unitrios, they look very different, and they sort of took on appearances of these mythical creatures that we all know and love today. And of course, the most obvious one being the horse equine unicorn that we all know and love. That is the inspiration for Faustus's character. His sort of origin form, or animal creature form, if you will, is that of a typical equine unicorn. The same is also true of Calliope, although her form is not quite as massive and intimidating as Faustus's is. Faustus is like, his form is this enormous, huge, blue, flaming unicorn with all this special markings, and it's really cool. Calliope is more like... If you guys ever seen the last unicorn movie, she looks more like that. Very slender and small, and more of like the size of a typical horse. But anyway, my character Petra, who I've mentioned briefly, who is the creator of Patina Maro, who is my Fairyland real theme May. Petra's inspiration is that of the Almirage, which is a unicorn-horned rabbit creature in mythology. So, yes. And Etzel, his origin form is this huge, enormous, terrifying, absolutely terrifying giant spider. So all of my characters, for the most part, have this sort of like creature form, but because of the way that the world has changed and them not being able to maintain those forms without being like hunted, if you will, they're just not proper forms for the way that the world currently is. It's much safer for them to have much smaller forms to keep hidden, and also there's just not enough energy in the world to maintain those forms for them for a long period of time. So this is why they have their sort of humanesque forms now that we've all known them for a long time. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is that most all of my unicorn characters have multiple forms that they can take, ranging from the simple humanesque form they have now all the way to their origin form, which is like completely a sort of creature or beast, if you will. But they can take sort of intermediary forms between that. Like, for example, if Faustus wanted to, he could change his lower half of his body to sort of have like hooves, like, you know, Soom Shale hooves normally are anyway. I thought it'd be pretty cool to get him some one day, but they're not my priority. But anyway, things of that nature, like transforming part of their bodies rather than their entirety of their whole existence into a completely different form, if you will. So, yes, that leads me to Euclid here. And Euclid is very interesting because they actually don't have an origin form. They can't transform into it whatsoever. They've never been able to. They just can't. It's part of their character that they just can't ever sort of reach that level, and it's not really explained or made light of exactly as to why. it's just a sort of unique quirk about Euclid, that they can't fully transform into that sort of origin form. However, they can transform into sort of intermediary form, and you're probably seen where I'm going here. That intermediary form is that of a sort of merperson, or mermaid, merman, whatever. The lower half of the body being a sort of like fish, creature, sea thing. You guys know what I mean. So yes, that is Euclid's sort of intermediary form, and I've always wanted to have Euclid have, more so than all my other characters, like, it's never been a big priority of mine to, like, say, have Faustus have hooves, because it's not something that he does very often. Euclid, however, it's a huge part of their character. They're very tied to the ocean and being in the water and stuff, and they transform into their intermediary form all the time. And it's just a really huge part of their character. So I've always wanted to get a sort of mer body for Euclid, more so than any of my other characters having stuff like that. Euclid was always the one that I really, really wanted it for. And like I said, there was really not that many options for, like, you know, mer bodies in the past. And I was always holding out hope that maybe one day Fairyland would make a Minifee mermaid. Oh my god. And lo and behold, they have finally done it, and I'm just dying right now. I sound like such a weird, like, super hyped, like, white California girl, which I totally am, but still, that's beside the point. I'm like going nuts over dolls right now. It's like, okay, Argil, just calm down. But you guys have no idea, I have been wanting this for so long. And today, we finally got to see a sort of video of the line and see them more closely. Prior to that, we had only seen a drawing, and then a day or so ago, depending on when I post this, a day or so ago, we finally got to see some actual photos of the doll itself. Now, when I saw the photos of the doll, I was kind of like, I was feeling a little bit like, sort of disappointed, because I was like super hyped, you guys have no idea. And then I sort of saw the photos and I was like a little bit less hyped. I was still really excited, but I was kind of less hyped because of two things mainly. The first being that when I had first seen the picture, I thought the body that they made the new one after was the Moe line body. And I really love the Moe line body, don't get me wrong, but it is not right for Euclid whatsoever. And it has, in the promo picture, the girl that they're releasing with the body has a really large bust, and so that's kind of why and just from the angle, it really looked like the Moe line body. So I was kind of like, I don't want. That's definitely not right for Euclid's character, even though it is awesome. I do want to get that body for Calliope in the future, but I'll get to that later. That's a video for a different time. But yes, I was a little bit disappointed about that because it looked like it was a Moe line body and it had giant balloon boobs, no offense. And also I was a little bit disappointed about the color of the seahorse tail. It sort of looked like in the picture was like a sort of greenish, bluish, grayish sort of color. I wasn't really feeling it. It's definitely not really Euclid's color. Like, Euclid does actually have more blue than I actually incorporate into their doll form. When I end up redoing their face up, which I plan on doing sometime soon, whenever I get time. But yes, whenever I get time to redo Euclid's face up, I will probably be incorporating more blue into their face up, because they were always sort of meant to have sort of like black, purple, and blue as their color scheme, and a little bit of gray as well. But little known fact, I only added the pink in Euclid's face up because I didn't know how to use colors very well. When I started doing face ups, I wasn't really sure about how to make their face up I don't know, like embody their character better. I just wasn't skilled enough with colors to go ahead and do that. So I actually substituted pink in their face up just to make it a little bit more easier for me to do. So that's a little bit of a secret for me, but their face up or their face actually shouldn't have a lot of pink tone in it whatsoever. So yes. The tail being sort of that color, I was kind of like, it's not really Euclid's color scheme. So those two things sort of had me a little bit like, you know, a little bit disappointed, if you will, because I've been really wanting this, and I was like, no, don't let that get in the way. Don't let giant balloon boobs be the downfall of my dream. But yes, anyway, so fast forward a day or two, and Fairyland posts a YouTube video to their YouTube account, and we get to see the body and its posing and all that kind of stuff better than before. And after seeing the video for this, like, all of my disappointment just went away. I was like, oh my god, I need this again. It went from, like, you know, like 50 to 150, like, real quick. And I literally have just seen that video, like, about an hour ago, so I'm still, like, super, super hyped right now. If you guys can't tell from my voice. And I'm not gonna get into the whole thing because you can see the video for yourself, but there's so many cool places where there's magnets and you can take pieces off. The sort of seahorse portion of the tail can actually be removed with a magnet, and I bet they're gonna have lots of other different types of tails in the future, like maybe a more traditional mermaid tail. Although I really like the seahorse thing for Euclid. I didn't actually, oh, I totally spaced it. I didn't mention it, but whereas most of my unicorn characters, they have one particular legend or creature or myth that makes up their character, Euclid is actually a combination of quite a few different mythos, and as they don't have a they can't transform into like an actual creature for their origin form, like they can't transition. Their sort of intermediary form is based off of a lot of different types of sea creatures and myths and legends. They're sort of like a chimera, a mashup of things, if you will. So the idea of having like the seahorse body I thought was so cool for Euclid, since I've never actually really pinpoint exactly what their like mer body would look like. I've always had ideas of what it would be, but like I said, because their inspiration is a lot of different types of sea creatures, I always thought that I would just give it time and let it sort of manifest however it sort of wanted to in the future. So the idea of a seahorse body, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool! You guys already know why that's cool, right? Come on guys, you can do it! Why is that cool? I'm being Dora the Explorer over here, you guys know why that's cool, right? Because they're a unicorn? Yeah, it's super, super funny and hilarious, and I think it's so funny that I just love it so much. Because they have their unicorn horn, and they would have a seahorse body. It's like a unicorn seahorse. I love it so much. It's so silly, I can't help but love it. It's like, yes! It's so awesome! I'm just super silly like that, but I think it's like the funniest, coolest thing ever. So I was super, super, like, so pumped about the seahorse body, and I think it'll be so, so, so awesome for Euclid, and I'm just like so happy. The only thing is that like I said, there's two things that I don't like about the body right now, and that's the color of the seahorse tail and the bust size that is available. Now, luckily in the video, I was able to figure out that the body is actually the A-line body, which has been modified. It's based on that sort of body, like I can tell from the legs and from the torso portion. And I'm not excited about the bust, so I'm crossing my fingers they have a small bust available. And also I'm hoping they have a different color for the tail, but if worst comes to worst, I can probably do something about it and either just blush the whole thing or just sort of work it in somehow. We'll see. That I'm not super worried about. It's the stupid bust that is driving me nuts. You guys probably know how much Euclid's cutie bust right now bothers me. I really, really have wanted Euclid to be flat-chested because that's part of their character, and it's a very... It bothers me because it's not proper to their character. And you guys probably know that I've been contemplating actually getting Euclid a moe line boy body, or actually sanding the current bust. I've been going back and forth for a long time because I was never really certain of what I wanted to do. And I'm really, really glad that I did. because this is the perfect opportunity to actually make a decision on that. Because the body is the A-line body, which is the body that they already have right now, it wouldn't be really any different than me sanding the cutie bust that they have right now and doing that on the mer body. So like, hopefully they'll have a cutie bust option, so if I was to get that particular body, well, all I would have to do is sand it down a little bit, and that would sort of accomplish what I was planning on maybe doing anyway. You know what I mean? Hopefully, like I said, I'm crossing my fingers, all my fingers and toes, that that the default body for it is not the large bust, because while I can modify it, it's gonna take forever. Oh, I'd rather just have the cutie bust and modify that slightly, but we'll see. I don't know, that might be the one thing that deters me from the whole thing. And that sounds kind of extreme, but like, you guys have no idea how much it's like my #1 doll pet peeve. I hate when female dolls are only given the option to have giant, huge boobs. It's like, no, stop that. Oh, it makes me so mad, but anyway, so yeah, I'm rambling hardcore. I'm probably gonna have to edit this video up a little bit because I can't speak properly for one, and also I've been rambling for quite a while, but yes, anyway, I just had to get this video out here. I just had to talk about this because I'm super, super, super excited. And like I said about the whole modification thing and that I had planned on swapping or changing Euclid's body anyway, I am probably about 99% going to, if this thing works out, of course, I'm probably going to be putting Euclid's old body up for sale, just because, like I said, I wouldn't really have any use for it. Like, I want the ability of the new body to be able to change the mer parts at will, and yeah, that just makes sense for me to do. I will be replacing Euclid's current body with another one that has the features that I want in it. Even if I have to modify it, that's perfectly fine, because like I said, I had planned on either modifying the body that it has currently, or just getting the Moyline boy body for them in the future. So yes, that is something that's probably going to happen, and I have been saving, slowly but surely, I have been saving up for this event, so I'm crossing all of my fingers and toes that I can make it work. You guys have no idea. I think I should be able to put a layaway in with DDE and then pay it off progressively. I think at the very least I should be able to do that if nothing goes wrong. You guys have no idea how sad I will be if I have to miss this. So yes, I'm crossing all of my fingers. Please, 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 guys, if you can, like, wish me luck on this, because this is something that I've wanted in the hobby for so long, and it would be just so, like, soul-crushing, creatively soul-crushing to miss out on it. So I know that sounds extreme, but you guys know how artists are, right? So yes, anyway, thank you guys so, so, so very much for watching and listening to me have the hypest ramble of all time, I swear. And I am so, so, so excited to see what happens, and I hope everything works out. I hope that they offer a small bust, and I hope there's different tail options and tail color options. I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. But I will probably be putting Euclid's current Minifee A-line girl body up for sale sometime soon. Just because even if the whole mermaid thing doesn't work out, I still probably want to get them the Moyline boy body anyway. So even if it doesn't work out, the bright side is that at least I'll be able to get Euclid more canonically accurate to their character, if that makes sense. So whatever ends up happening, although I will be crushed if I somehow miss out on the whole mer body thing, at least something good will come of it. So yes, thank you guys so, so, so very much for watching. Cross your fingers for me that it works out. I'm so, so excited.